We'll see who's in first. Look at that, Pete's in first.
Oh my god, my hair looks horrible.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't do my hair.
No, it's fine. Hey people, I'm here with Michael. Do you want me to introduce you, and then, or do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with Michael. Hi Terry, and we were just talking about gay culture in Iran.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about how
You can use Grindr in Iran.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Can you hear Michael, by the way? It'll look better for you because it looks like you're looking at. Okay, they can hear you, whereas I have to.
He's here. Right?
Yeah, but because of the lens, I'm looking at me, and obviously I'm not looking at. Yeah, right. So whereas for you is better. Okay, yeah. So we just discovered he's a little quiet. Okay. Try and bring this closer. Yeah. Okay. Howdy from Texas, Michael. Okay, so we got 4 people in chat. Okay, so yeah, we were just talking about you can use Grindr in Iran and not Facebook, which is really strange.
It's really strange, and we just discovered it when we reached the hostel and we get Wi-Fi, and then like my friend was like switching on Grindr. It was like, oh my god, I can use Grindr here, but like we can't use Facebook. Yeah, so it's really weird.
Do you want to tell the people what you do?
I'm working for Airline, so been to 48 countries so far, and yeah, most of them are, because I don't go to mainstream countries, so I've been to like Armenia, Georgia, Iran, Russia, Iceland. I've been to North Korea as well. So
Logan's asking how old are you?
I'm 26.
26,
Yeah.
but you have a baby face.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I'm Asian, probably. Yeah. We put on a lot of skincare stuff. Yeah, that's why.
There we go. So Michael will be meeting again in a proper chat, and so we were just talking a bit about gay culture in Hong Kong. Okay, Logan says 22.
Oh, hi, Logan.
Logan is a pizza delivery driver from Texas. He
really?
scopes about delivering pizza.
That's amazing.
It takes all sorts. You get all sorts of interests on Periscope that you can just like, oh wow, great, I'll watch that.
So, okay, nice.
But yeah, are you allowed? Do you want to name drop who you work for? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Michael works for Cathay Pacific. How long now?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. Okay, I thought it was shorter than that.
Long enough. Yeah.
But you want to make that a career with Cathay Pacific, or
No.
you don't?
Yeah, I'm just like saving up for my grad school. That's why.
Okay, and then to do what?
To go to Berlin. I wanted like study journalism, so.
It's giving you pizzas.
Oh, thank you. I love pizza. American pizza is different. It's like thicker. I love it. New York pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've traveled how many times to New York?
More than 10 times. 14, 15. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's somebody out there who doesn't like pizza. When you go to different countries, though, do you try and check out the gay scene?
Of course.
If you have enough time.
I have to do some research before going to that country. Otherwise, I'd be just like posting in front of like Eiffel Tower and stuff like that. You know what?
What kind of research?
Like everything, like gay culture, or like their political system and all these stuff, and you know what kind of political ideologies they're practicing, and
Right.
what's the people like, you know. Like in Scandinavia, I love it. Why? Because like people are really equally caring society, and yeah.
Terry's asking, do you have a favorite country?
Iceland. I like Iceland.
Is he a FA?
Yeah.
What's FA? A FA.
Flight attendant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Confused me then. With
Yeah.
the I thought it was an
Abbreviation.
Yeah.
for flight
Yeah.
attendant,
Okay, flight attendant. Okay. What kind of research? Because when you say research, I would just be like on Wikipedia, but it's got to be more than Wikipedia.
Yeah, I read, like, I have to read a lot of books beforehand. So,
Books?
books, yeah.
What kind of books?
Lonely
This is for
Planet,
gay
or
culture.
maybe like, oh, yeah. Research online, probably. Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about
Yeah, gay culture first, yeah.
Okay. I thought you were asking me like what kind of research you have to do before going to a country. Well, I will like meet some people. Like I would talk to some people online first, like chat. Yeah, I would just like search it on a map, and yeah, and then talk to people like about. I usually very like I just ask them really like a lot of questions about like is it very suppressive in your country and all these stuff, like yeah.
Okay, do you Terry's just asking what is it about Iceland?
Oh, Iceland. Well, even though you're in the capital of Iceland, Reykjavik, you don't see a lot of people, which I like.
It is a very
Quiet country.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's only 300,000 population.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's because it's bloody cold. Oh, Logan's asking everybody else what's going on in the chat. Because there are a lot of regulars, but maybe because it's a private scope.
And then in Iceland, they have got a lesbian prime minister. Johanna something.
No. Do you have enough time to meet people before flying off again?
Sometimes, yeah. If we go to like a long haul flight, if we go to New York, let's say, we got like 3 days, layover. So, yeah.
Okay.
We got a lot of time actually. No hooks up.
No hookups. We are in coffee. I can't remember where I am now. What is this place called?
Studio Cafe.
Coffee Academics or something. I can't remember. Christopher asked how many languages do you speak?
I speak 5 languages: Japanese, Tagalog, English, Cantonese, Mandarin, and I'm learning German.
Right, but Tagalog because sorry,
I'm half Filipino.
Yeah, I was going to say half Filipino, half Chinese. Do you compare when you go to these different countries and you make your when you do your research? Do you compare how open they are compared to Hong Kong?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I always do that. Yeah. And then like when you really talk to local people, you just feel like, oh my god, like my city that I'm living in, the city that I'm living in is so conservative. It seems really open-minded.
This city, you mean?
This city.
Right.
It seems so open-minded. Of course, like you won't get like beaten up or anything for being gay in the middle of the street, But the thing is, like institutionally, it's still very conservative. Like we tend to not talk about it. You know what I mean? Like we just ignore it. Well, they exist, but we ignore it. So yeah.
So not many hate crimes, as Christopher was asking.
Not many hate crimes. Yeah. People won't like. They won't like beat you up or mob you or anything, but you just feel like you're non-existent. You know what I mean? Like this group of people don't even exist, and because it's not as diverse as the States, that like you have different TV channels and you have like different TV programs, or even in reasons like TV dramas or TV series in America, like they always like there's at least one gay character in every single like TV series, right? But here, like we don't talk about it. You can't see it because we only have like one predominant TV channel. So yeah, they won't like insert any like gay character in their dramas because it's very controversial and they don't want to talk about it. So that's why.
There was a question about Telugu. Sorry, not Telugu. Say it again. How do you say it? Did I say it properly? Telugu.
What Luga?
The language Telugu.
Tagalog.
Tagalog, sorry. So.
I was like, is it an African language?
Yeah, but you can't type it. You can't type it because I just read it as Tagalog.
Yeah.
It's Tagala.
Tagalog.
I'm always going to do that. Someone asked about Tagalog, and I missed that question. But Christopher asked, sorry, do you feel included in some of these countries that you visit? If so, which ones?
What do you mean?
Like, do you feel accepted in the different countries that you've gone to and you've sort of explored the gay culture in those different places?
Well, you're only there for like a couple of days. Of course, you can't really feel like, oh, am I accepted or not? But in general, like people are really open-minded when they talk about stuff. When they talk about like gay culture and stuff. But I have one experience when I was in St. Petersburg. I met this guy online, so nothing happened. We just like went out for coffee, and he was driving me around, and I can feel like he's really cautious when we're talking about this stuff. Like when we talk about the gay stuff, like he tries to like voice like volume down, like he didn't want to talk it like out loud. So I feel like, oh my god, like it's really repressive. It's very, very oppressive in Russia for being gay. And then they have this like culture of masculinity. So, what I mean? Like, oh, Putin, Vladimir Putin, I'm riding on a horse.
We get this on the Periscope when it's an open one. Somebody will say, "Hey, do you like Russia? Hey, do you like Putin?"
Well, I have to say, like, Russia is a country that I love and hate at the same time. I love Russia is because they're so honest. They're not trying to hide anything. Like, oh yeah, I love my country. You know what I mean? Like, I'm homophobic. Of course, like that's fine. You're honest. You have like this, they say like a poker face. Even though they're like really cool on the outside, but actually they're quite nice. But what I hate is that they're really oppressive, like towards like minorities. They're actually quite racist as well. I talked to this like Russian guy. So if you have like an Asian looking face, if you're not in the city center of like St. Petersburg, if you're outskirt of some suburb outside of St. Petersburg, if you look Asian, you'll get like beaten up just because you look Asian.
Right.
It's quite racist, I have to say. And what I hate is because like, but at the same, I want to talk about more like the love part because, they're really honest about who they are. They're not faking it, and it seems like the whole world doesn't understand them. They have their own mentality and ideologies of doing things, but this is like maybe like this is the reason why I like them, because they're so unique. They're not like the mainstream value.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made you want to be a flight attendant?
Oh, travel.
Just to travel?
Yeah. I hate my job. Thank you.
You hate your job, but okay.
The job is like horrible, but the job is really horrible. But the days off and like the vacations and like cheap tickets are the perks of the job, so I can't really say no to it.
Okay. The for those who don't know, it was last year. Cathay Pacific were having an issue with their workers, and people were protesting. And what were your goals with against Cathay Pacific?
Pay rise and like better working condition, better allowance when we go to another country, and to cut off all these like horrible shifts, horrible roster and schedules. Yeah.
And they were very successful in their protest. Did you get everything you wanted?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was like really huge. It was like constantly on the front page of newspaper. So yeah, and the media really helped. They really did help a lot. For our success.
Christopher asked, have you ever met any straight flight attendants?
Of course. This is like a stereotype.
Yeah.
But of course, like...
Christopher's gay, by the way.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
male flight attendants.
Oh, yeah. I would say like half. Because I know like in Western world, like 95% are gay, but like not in Hong Kong.
Really? Why do you think there's such a dramatic difference?
I have no idea. I really don't know.
Okay.
Because like, I think like, you don't get career satisfaction from your job, but it gives you a lot of days off. So like for straight, like guys, if they build a family, they can spend a lot of time with their family. So why not?
Pete is asking, have you always lived in Hong Kong?
I was born in the Philippines, but I grew up in Hong Kong since 3.
But you have a Hong Kong passport?
Yeah. I have both.
Oh, okay.
Filipino passport.
What's the benefit of having both? Any?
Well, if I have a Filipino passport, it's a developing country, right? So if I apply for a scholarship in all these like all forgiving Scandinavian countries, it's gonna be so much easier.
What did you say? All forgiving?
Yeah, they're like, they love, you know, like, yeah.
Okay.
I love them, yeah.
Right.
And for holding Hong Kong passport, you don't need visa to travel everywhere, so, which is like super good for us.
Christopher's saying, I can imagine more people wanted to be more curious about traveling in Hong Kong. What do you mean? You mean traveling around in Hong Kong?
Actually, I think like Hong Kong has a lot to offer. It's just like because of these like shopping malls and like, you know, like buying, shopping. Like it kind of like
it's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming, and then like people don't see actually we have abundant natural sceneries, you know, and nature that we can offer. Yeah, I wish like more people can see this side of Hong Kong. You know what I mean? Yeah.
If you look at the tourist videos, though, they do focus on the really extravagant or the really. I watched a video.
Tai-O and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, Tai-O. I watched a video yesterday, which I'm going to mention tonight on my Periscope channel. But they do focus on like Central, Causeway Bay, Tai-O, or some other district that doesn't really represent Hong Kong at all. And the way they edit it as well is geographically like incorrect. And it's like, hang on.
I know. Yeah.
Right. They have this slideshow. This graphic imposed, and they're talking about Hong Kong. But as they're talking about it, the graphic is overlaid over Tai-O. And it's like, hang on, Tai-O is not on Hong Kong Island. It's on Lantau Island.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's like you've got your geography wrong. It's really weird.
Yeah. And I went hiking on the very first day of this year. I went to a place called Cape Dagulier. Yeah, it's like at the southern part of Hong Kong Island. It's beautiful, and it's very easy. It's an easy track for hikers, you know. So there, you know, Hong Kong actually has a lot to offer when it comes to nature, instead of just like, you know, shopping.
Don't let facts get in the way of a good ad.
Yeah, exactly.
Well done, Christina. What about the gay culture in Hong Kong? What are your thoughts on it? Because you saw a little bit of Felix's video, and he wanted to meet people via an app first because he's a little bit awkward. You can tell in the video he's sort of like hunched down. His body language is a bit. So
he's like really reserved. Like.
Yeah, he doesn't feel comfortable just meeting strangers in public. He wants to use all those apps, and I think he had like 9 apps. How do you go about meeting people in Hong Kong if you do?
Usually, because like whenever like I have a friend. Well, whenever I meet like new people, I just like ask them like, can you introduce me some single friends? Yeah, this is how I meet friends.
Okay.
Yeah, real friends.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, taking the menu. I thought she was taking the drinks.
Yeah.
Sorry, the waitress just came over.
Yeah. So like apps, I use it, but I never really reply. You know what I mean? So I'm really selective when it comes to that. So.
Do you get something from just advertising yourself?
What?
Do you get something from just advertising yourself?
Yeah, I got a lot of messages, but some of them are like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
because
okay.
you have a lot to talk about. You know what I mean? So that's why. What?
He says you don't have to reply to that. Okay. So you were saying.
Or apps? Yeah.
You're talking about apps.
So I got a lot of messages, but like I seldom reply. I wouldn't say I never, but I seldom reply. I'm just like reading it for fun. And some of the profiles are really, really intriguing.
In what way?
Interesting. Hilarious.
In what way hilarious? Because I'm not going to download these apps.
Really, like,
Christopher might, but...
Oh, yeah. Really, really blatant. They're like, no Asian, no white, no black. What? And then, like, they've got some really interesting, like, profile when it comes to that. Yeah.
How do you feel if they're really blatant?
What do you mean?
Someone wants just you to recap.
I was like, I'm half Filipino, half Chinese. So.
And the apps are more sex orientated or friendly?
That's for sure.
Sex orientated.
Yeah.
But that's just men being men. That just crosses into straight men or gay men. Just we all think the same, really.
Yeah,
We just want to get off. And we're
yeah.
just blatant about it.
Yeah, and I think like, for straight people as well, they have Tinder. It's like a hookup app for straight people. So I guess like
We met via Tinder, by the way.
yeah. So like people are they just want to get off. They just want to have sex.
But it's easier in gay culture because men are just men. There's no like, oh, you're using me, or they feel troubled by just some sort of consensual intimacy.
Just like in the animal world, like the lion, they just want to get off and they have a lot of wives. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they just fool around.
It's the women that complicate things.
Well, not really. They're quite simple as well. Because in Hong Kong,
Some are.
Because in Hong Kong, money is the pheromone.
Money is the what?
Pheromone.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a
So
good
like
one.
you just like attract people like with money. This is like the most powerful thing. So money is a pheromone to attract opposite sex or maybe the same sex. I don't know.
I don't know how to spell pheromone, but I can say it. Michael said money is the pheromone.
In
by the
Hong
way.
Kong.
In Hong Kong.
Yeah.
No one wants a broke BJ. That's a really good summation of what it's like to date in Hong Kong.
That is totally true.
For both genders, would you say?
No matter you're straight or you're gay.
Really? Money matters.
Money matters.
Okay, because there is a stereotype that women, it's always the women. So it's really good that you're talking about this idea that men are just as curious.
Well, if you're like not from a rich family and you're being gay, of course like you want, I don't know, like, well, you can still be independent financially.
Yeah?
But if someone can look after you, why not? You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. So. And
Okay.
especially in a materialistic society like this, money really attracts people. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why like it's not difficult to find like a young Hong Kong twink looking for like a white old white sugar daddy.
What's a twink again? I can't keep up with all these extra
You don't-
words.
Oh, really? You don't?
I've heard of it and I used to know, but what is
So
it?
which means like young gay guys
Right.
with like really skinny, like slender body. Yeah.
I think it might be more acceptable to have an open sugar daddy relationship.
Yeah. I am?
Well, that's what Christopher's saying.
Really? I'm not.
How would you do you want to pigeonhole yourself? How would you describe yourself? I live with a gay woman, and money in the status is also associated with cleanliness. That's a good point. I live with a lesbian, but she doesn't describe herself as a lesbian. She just says, I just like women.
Yeah.
How would you describe yourself?
I never describe myself. I was just like, where I'm really attracted to man. Like beautiful man, of course.
Yeah. Are you seeing somebody at the moment?
Not really, but like, yeah, we're starting like something. I don't know, but I don't really want to like define a relationship. But it doesn't mean that like if you don't even though you don't define a relationship, it doesn't mean that like you can fool around. Yeah.
What do you think about these preferences that people have?
What do you mean?
When we were talking before about blatant profiles and oh no,
What do I feel?
yeah, no blacks, no Asians, no whites. How do you feel about that?
I don't like it
You don't like it?
because like we're already like minorities, and you're trying to be like discriminated. Like you're trying to
So
discriminate.
can you hear Michael with the background noise? By the way, you would like the model men of South Miami Beach. Okay, they can hear you. Sorry,
Okay.
sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah.
We're talking
Well,
about
I'm more like I like geeks. So,
Geeks.
Yeah, hot geeks. Cool geeks. I don't
nerd
know.
glasses.
Actually, I kind of like Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Christopher's bringing up the 1010 thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
well, what's with Mark Zuckerberg?
I don't know. He's like I like intelligent people.
Is it also a power thing? Because he is pretty powerful. Or is
I
it
don't
just looks?
Looks and like of course he's really smart. He created this like crazy like Facebook empire.
Okay.
People with brains, I would say.
Right.
Because like the thing is like of course like I got a lot of message via out. But the conversations are usually very shallow. Just like, hey, what's up, how are you doing?
Yeah.
One or zero, top bottom, and then like send you a dick pic.
Okay.
Well, hello, I didn't ask you for that, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't really ask you for your dick pic, so like, why are you sending me this? What?
Was your family accepting of you being gay? Was there any cultural issue?
Totally. My mom is like Filipino, so she's like genetically open-minded, I guess.
Filipinos are really open-minded and
they're
laid
really
back.
Open-minded. And
that's probably why the Chinese don't really want to get on with them, because they really, can't be like that.
Yeah, they're very like carpe diem. They're like, I don't care like whether I'm gonna starve tomorrow or not. I'm just living for the now.
Sure.
So that's why like they're really laid back. Even though they're what do you say, like the medical healthcare system isn't really that well developed, but they have like one of the longest longevity of life in the world.
Highest life expectancy.
Yeah, because like they just don't care. They're just like, oh, I'm gonna like play guitar, and drink coconuts underneath the coconut tree. I love the spirit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think some of that is expressed through being a flight attendant, because you can have so much freedom? Because you said you're half Filipino, half Chinese. Yeah. You do have a demanding job, but at the same time you do get a lot of perks, and so there's a relationship there that I'm probably trying to make out of it, because you've got this.
Oh, because I got like.
I missed that comment.
Oh, because I'm like half Filipino, so that's why I want like some sort of freedom.
Yes. Feels like you're expressing both sides of your heritage.
I don't know. Actually, I think like I used to think like, oh, being gay is miserable.
Being what?
Miserable. Being gay is miserable. Like, like we're so oppressed. But the thing is, like, in Hong Kong, if you're straight, you have to follow the so-called like social norm. Oh, you have to buy a property.
Do you dress in drag?
No.
No. Okay.
That's a very like. I would try that. Thank you for the comment. Thank you for the question. Yeah. So like in Hong Kong, like you have to follow the normal path. That like, oh, you're straight. You have to like save up to pay for the down payment of an apartment, and then you get married and you have kids, and you pay a lot for the tuition fee for your kids. Extracurriculums, activities, piano, like violin, taekwondo, everything. But like, gay, like this is my very first. That was my very first time of thinking like, it isn't really that bad, because you don't have to follow the norm that is set by the majority of Hong Kong people, that you have to buy a house, you have to do this, do this, do this, so that's you're successful. But like, I think you can get married here, so you know what I mean. You don't have to follow the path, so you have more freedom when it comes to that. You know what I mean? So I think this is the reason why I like travel, because and this is why, because I'm gay, so that's why like it's easier for me to do whatever I want, instead of just follow the path. Oh, before 35 years you have to get married, and you have to have kids and buy an apartment. It's getting better
and bigger.
Getting better and bigger, yeah.
Right, but not when it comes to. It's not getting better when it comes to like the legality, sadly.
Yeah. I always emphasize that like institutionally, this is still very, very backward. Hong Kong is still very, very backward institutionally, but socially, it's okay. Just don't ask, don't tell, But because like in Hong Kong we have a lot of schools that is like subsidized by churches.
Yes.
And religious organizations, so they can actually sack you out of because of your sexual orientation. So a lot of teachers do raise this concern, because what if like I'm open, I'm open about myself, my sexual orientation, and I get sacked,
Zoom is asking, are you looking to be open in Hong Kong?
What do you mean?
Are you looking to be open with your sexuality in Hong Kong? What did you never think of, Pete? Sorry?
Like now?
Yeah, or generally, yeah.
Yeah, I am.
You are open with it. You don't hide away, you don't
Well, of course, I'm not gonna say, oh, hello, you know, like put a sign on.
run down the street.
Yeah, of course not. But like, if people ask me, of course I'm gonna say yes. I'm not gonna hide it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There's no reason to hide it because you have to be there. You have to be out there and let people know that like you do exist in a society. And the more like straight people know about what it really is, LGBT really is, it will like trigger their curiosity to look for like to do some research on it and find out more details about what is LGBT in Hong Kong. So which is good.
You talked about your mum being open. How was your dad?
My dad is very supportive. Of course, like dad and son, you know, there's always a wall.
There's this Freudian relationship
I remember,
thing, yeah.
like when in 2013 when I was traveling in Greece, I was in Santorini on my birthday with my friends. So like my sister, you know, texted me on WhatsApp. So she was like, "Oh my God, like your dad, like your dad is acting really weird today." So he like suddenly told me that like out of the blue. So he was like telling my sister, "You know what? Actually, it's okay to be gay." So my sister told me that via text. I think like this is the way that my dad was trying to tell me that like it's okay, you know, I accepted you. You know what I mean? But in a very subtle way, instead of just like, "Oh, I love you," you know. No, he's not gonna do that. But and he will never do that. But like via this text, I can tell like he's very accepting.
Okay.
It just never like show. You know, Asian men never show their affection. It's not like American. They're like, "Oh, I love you, I love you," all the time. We never say that. It's awkward if you say that in Chinese, especially. Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to close the scope in 3 minutes. Do you have any like questions for Michael? Because we've been here for a while now. What else do you have planned today?
I'm going to the gym later.
Okay.
Yeah.
And obviously, you will see Michael again at a later date. I'm going to look into the church because I have read some stories about the church funding education. What goals do you have for the gay community?
Goal?
Yeah.
Well, the first goal is to legislate a law, a discriminatory law for sexual minorities in Hong Kong.
Right.
Yeah, because like we fought this 2 years ago, but the bill didn't get through because we had a lot of like opposition in the legislative council. So yeah. Oh, we don't have that. Yeah.
Okay. Pete was asking, the last two questions was, Pete was asking, where's your dad from?
My dad?
Yeah.
My dad is from China, from Hong Kong. He's Chinese.
And what's the most open gay community you've been to?
Scandinavia.
Scandinavia, okay.
I've been to all the countries in Scandinavia. This is like my kind of utopia that I really want to be in. Especially in Iceland and Sweden, Norway. They're really, really open-minded. They're because like Norway is in Oslo is this club scene. I went to Oslo. It's mixed. There's no like a specific. Of course, there's one or two, but the crowds are always mixed. So like you have like straight people and gay people at the same time, and they don't really give a shit about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I guess it is a utopia.
This is utopia, and then like, well, they have like the longest paternity leave.
Yes.
Amongst all these developed nations. So like if you have a newly born child or baby, dads get up to 6 months of paternity leave to look after their kids. Mark or Jack, correct me. What do you mean? Like, which one do I prefer?
What are you interested in?
I love it, bro. I love them all.
You don't discriminate.
I don't discriminate, really. I like Indians, whatever. I don't care. What?
No, just
also
someone's laughing at. Christopher's laughing at Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very blunt questions, obviously.
Well, I'm just sassy, of course. Well, I've met like black people before as well, so.
Yeah, but you come across as very comfortable with yourself. So
yeah,
you're gonna give out a bit of souse.
Some of them, yeah. They're beautiful men out there, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, guys. I'm gonna end this chat. So hope you found it interesting. I'm not sure when we'll see Michael. We'll arrange it off. John, you're late. You're very late. You'll have to watch it on the replay. John Ho is he's from Hong Kong. He's a Hong Kong scoper.
Okay.
We're gonna arrange the public sort of chat at a later date. Not sure yet. It'll be after the 12th because I'm not doing any more actual interviews before Josh, which is next Tuesday. Okay, so it'll be after that. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you again. Cheers, guys. Enjoyed it. I feel like Michael is JK's kindred gay spirit.
I guess so.
Okay.
Bye
Thanks
now.
for watching. Bye bye.